Welcome to the PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to over the last week and various gaming-related stuff. I'm one of your trio of hosts, Chris, and with me this week are my PrinnyCast co-host, Mike.
Hello.
And Grover.
Hello.
And all three of us are back together again for the first time in ages. About a month and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Now, people may notice there's no intro. This is not saying that we're killing the intro. As some of you may have already figured out or knew from last week's show or anything else, we now have 3 completely separated shows. It's no longer PrinnyCast Part 1, 2, 3. Nor our episodic episodes, that makes sense, I think, are actually going to be topic episodes. So they're not always going to be weekly. It really depends on if we have a good topic instead of trying to throw together one every week. It doesn't always work. But we will have the Roundtable show here, which is a lot like how we used to introduce our show before. So we're going to be talking about games we played and just kind of shooting the breeze a little bit for about 15 minutes. And then we'll have our game news show, which is going to be a completely new format with lots of new graphics and everything else. I think everybody will enjoy that. So our intros will return. They'll just stay with the topic show that will be the episodic stuff. And every week there will be our roundtable, no matter who's here, and every week there will be the game news. So we'll still have 2 shows. There will at least be about 30 minutes. And it doesn't necessarily stop there. Grover's been uploading a lot of game footage lately. Mike's been hinting that he's very interested in doing a review show, going back and getting old games and doing little reviews on them. And yes. I am seriously I'm seriously going to attempt the Prinny plays that I was talking about last week, about basically reacting as if I were a Prinny playing a video game and the awful things that would happen from that. And each video is going to be a different game as our Prinny protagonist plays a plethora of games. I ran out of alliteration.
You're just going dead, so it just sounded like you're dying.
Anyway, so I think that explains...
My last words.
I think that explains things for the most part. So, naturally, we go to what we've been playing this week. So what have we been playing this week, Grover?
Tropico 4, constantly. I liked it quite a bit. It's basically my hobby now that I've given up on SimCity. It's just like, it's never going to happen. It is dead to me until I don't even think they're ever going to be able to fix it, so it's dead. And I played some Field Runners too, and that's all I've really played this week. I've just been playing Tropico 4 like crazy.
You've been hooked to dictatorship.
I love being a dictator.
And how about you, Mike?
I've actually gone back in time and been playing Diablo 2.
Whoa. Time travel.
I know.
What?
I know.
I know Diablo 2 doesn't work very well on modern computers, but you did not have to resort to time travel to go play it.
No, it works just fine. Diablo 3, I got all the way to the end, and I never really did that with Diablo 2, so I thought, hey, give it a shot, see if I could do that. Because I remember when I was a kid and playing it, I never could really do very well in Nightmare in Hell. So I'm actually going to give those a shot.
It's a little more balanced than when you were a kid, too. There were some character classes that just could not keep up in those higher levels. So
yeah, because of the resistances. Like, the sorceress had problems because of that. Most people found ways around them, of course. The sorceress was still powerful, but those of us that didn't troll around on the internet trying to find the latest builds and stuff like that, we were like, none of my spells are doing anything, I don't know what to do.
And you can't maximize everything. You can get pretty darn close, mind you, but still.
You know what's crazy? I'm one of the few people that love Diablo-type games, but I've never played Diablo, ever.
Original or Diablo 2?
Either.
Oh.
Fallout was the ones that got me.
Well, I think people could forgive you for skipping Diablo. It is aged quite a bit. I know it still has its fans, but Diablo 2, you should really give it a shot. I mean, it's one of those games that's incredibly easy to find at this point. It's just making it work on newer systems that can be kind of a problem.
Yeah, kind of like
you can even download it digitally from Blizzard's own online shop. So
I kind of figured they had.
And you don't have to, as far as I know, you don't have to log in with any kind of credentials. I mean, I don't. I'm just playing single player, so you just buy it from, download it, and then it's yours.
Sure, I'll buy it. I think I actually own it on something, because I know I had it, I just never played it. It was just like, play this or play Fallout 2, and I played Fallout 2 instead.
It's only on PC.
Yeah.
And as for me, I haven't really played much this week, actually. Most of the gaming that I have done was a lot of video testing and hard drive cleaning stuff. So I'm gearing up for all these future video capture stuff, for like the Prinny plays, and getting footage for the actual show, since we're trying to cut out more and more trailers. Which reminds me, I'm really going to have to hunt down somebody that has Assassin's Creed 2 to get me some footage, because Long Plays doesn't have it, I don't have the game, and I don't want to use trailers, so I have a remix coming up that's It's a gigantic medley, and I have no way of getting some Assassin's Creed 2 without bugging people on the internet. So, if any of you guys know anybody that would be willing to do some recording of Assassin's Creed 2, let me know.
I already beat it and uninstalled it.
No! But yeah, I haven't played hardly anything, even the Congregate stuff. I tried out all the new games, but if I put much more than 5 to 10 minutes in anything this week, I'd be surprised.
I did play some Balloons at one point, I think, too. I forgot about that.
I do take that back. I was playing the PS2 games that I got last weekend that I was talking about, so I've got a little bit of time in some of those testing them out, but that's about it. I just mostly tested them out. I think the longest I have was Def Jam Fight for New York, the fighting game of the group. I think I put about 2 hours in it, so it's the only one with substantial time. Unfortunately, Scarface, The World Is Yours, does not work very well on an emulator, so I'm going to have to hook up my PS2 to actually play that one.
Scarface, The World Is Yours?
Yes. I heard it was a rather decent Grand Theft Auto knockoff, and decent Grand Theft Auto for $4? Yes, please.
I just couldn't really get into Grand Theft Auto.
I enjoyed it until Grand Theft Auto 4, which, just the driving aspect of it, they made it very too realistic, and it just pissed me off, and I quit playing.
My major beef with it is it was so much harder just to have goof-off fun with it because of the way they designed the cops.
Yeah.
You couldn't have the chases you used to. You couldn't do the goofy things. There's no real codes to do goofy stuff with, so that's why Saints Row kind of took over for my Grand Theft Auto there, because I actually didn't mind the more realistic physics too much, but...
The other thing that annoyed me, and, people tell me it was a game for adults. I understand it's a game for adults, but they cuss to the point that even me, someone that cusses, I cuss a lot, and I'm just like, good God, there is no reason to cuss that much.
And the fact that most of the radio stations did it, I'm pretty sure there's certain legal ramifications for a lot of cursing on the airwaves. That's why they have radio-edit versions of songs. So I know it's not supposed to be specifically realistic, and I think the over-the-top nature was, we'll cuss so much we make it absurd. I don't think it really hit that note. I did not find any of the radio nearly as funny as the past games.
Yeah, the best video was from the third one. Some of the stuff, sometimes I just pull the car over and just sit there and listen to some of the radio stations when I first got it. It's hilarious.
And some of the stuff that they started there has been an ongoing gag ever since, like the war with Australia that was supposedly just a one-off joke, but he keeps making references to it. It starts making people wonder did we really have a world war with Australia now in this world? Because it keeps getting brought up.
I've heard it too. It was in Vice City. That's where I heard a mention of it too. Yeah, I loved Bitch and Dog Food from the third one.
And Grand Theft Auto 5 had their new trailers. We'll be talking about that in game news, but it's sure looking good. I don't know if it's going to be a good game or not, but...
Well, you never will until you actually play it.
Well, just the fact that it's looking really nice and the details are really up there. It's like it combined some of the best elements from San Andreas and 4. Especially the fact that they're saying that the map is the size of Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and Red Dead Redemption put together. So that's going to be a huge map. And just looking at some of the screenshots, it looks like it's going to be a huge map. So that's some of my favorite stuff, is just exploring and doing goofy stuff with it. So I'll probably
if they adjust the driving, I will be happy with anything else to do. I mean, I was playing with you at one point.
Yeah. As long as the cop thing as long as they haven't gone back to the Grand Theft Auto 4 variation of it and make it actually fun to do some of the chases and such with it again, I'll be good. Grand Theft Auto is one of the few series that I usually buy new within the first couple of weeks of launch.
That's what I did with all of them, even 4. And I played with you on 4. We played multiplayer a little bit. I was shooting rocket launchers at each other dead point and watching them miss and just staring at a computer to use.
Sometimes I miss having my gold account.
The funniest glitch in Grand Theft Auto 4 is you could shoot dead at the ground with a rocket launcher. It would fling you like 50 feet in the air, and you would land with a sliver of health, and I don't understand why you survive.
I think it's kind of a hit and miss. Sometimes you land safely, sometimes you do. There's times I've seen it land with almost full health intact.
Yeah, I had that too. It's like a rocket jump.
A little bit.
Do you hear the crazy person in the background yelling?
Yeah, but I think some of that can be kind of edited out thanks to my little anti-noise thing.
I can only barely hear it, so...
Okay, that's good.
We've only got one more week left for Square Enix to deny our appeal, so, I guess we'll find out if we're stuck with the 15 minutes or not. Our shows will still probably be roughly 15 minutes. I don't know if, once we get it back, if our topic shows will be 30 or 2 15 minutes, or maybe just 1 15 minute. It probably will depend on the topic. Maybe a lot less editing involved and just throwing the whole thing out there. If we talk long sort of thing. I don't know. But, yeah.
I can't think. That's fun. Just hearing this person ramble.
But that's our rambling for this week. We'll be back next week. Don't forget all the other shows we'll be posting up. And thanks to longplays.org for their videos that we use. Thanks to galaxyplugs.com, home of the PrinnyCast forums. Follow Grover on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/PrinnyCast_Grover, and Mike on Twitch TV/Ruzaz to watch either of them when they are streaming games. On YouTube, Grover's channel is PCGOTW, where he posts commentated gameplay. My channel is Maserati, where you can see me post music, largely video game remixes. And our Twitter is @PrinnyCast, and our email is PrinnyCast@gmail.com. And catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.